everyone, I'm Alyssa Watley, also known as the A Butterfly, and I voice Cure Happy and Cure March in the Smile Precure Fandub. I'm also the owner and director of Butterfly Studios. Which Smile Precure do you think you're most like? Honestly, probably a combo of Cure Happy and Cure March, because I can be really bubbly and I do like to help people and find ways to make them happy. But I'm also rather protective of my friends and my family, like Cure March, and take risks even when I'm scared to help them. But I think overall probably closer to Cure Happy, because that's just kind of my goal with my career and just life in general. I want to find ways to make people happy. What do you like most about voicing your characters? For Cure Happy, definitely getting to be really excitable and bubbly and animated. That's like my favorite kind of character type to do. I like the more expressive they are, the more fun it is for me. And Cure Happy can just be so crazy excitable or upset and just really energetic. And I really like how expressive she is. I think it's really fun to get into that. And with Cure March, I like how I could be kind of like the cool girl kind of thing, the more tough, the more sporty, not like as tomboyish as Cure Sunny, but still like that more cool, tough kind of vibe. I really like doing both of those a lot. Who is your favorite Smile Precure character and why? To be honest, there's quite a few that I like a lot. Cure Happy is definitely one of my tops, just because, like I said, her whole thing is making people happy, and I don't know, I feel like it's kind of a Christian message there, that even though it's a really dark world, people are giving up, they're losing hope, she's still trying to make people happy and bring happiness to them and teach them, like how to be happy even when they're upset. And other people are telling them to give up, she's still holding on to that hope of happiness and optimism. And I just think that's a really good, powerful message. So she's definitely one of my top ones. And honestly, Cure March, or a similar thing, I feel like it's kind of unique to see like the more combo sort of character. Like, she's not full-on tomboy, she's still a little more girly than like Cure Sunny, but I like the big sister types. I think that's really cool that she's like really protective and sporty. I like her a lot too. Candy might be one of the best ones for me though, just because I think she's really funny. I like how sassy she can be, even though she looks so tiny and cute and adorable. But she can be really sassy, but she's also really tough. So Candy might be my favorite. Cure Happy might be second. But I don't know, I like all of them. They're all really cool. What made you want to join this project? Well, I kind of made the project. So I guess I will turn this to why did I want to make it. I watched Glitter Force when I was little, and I really, really liked it. And as I got older and I found Smile Precure, I was like, oh, I actually like this better. And I discovered that a lot of the voices were not at all the same, and a lot of stuff was changed to the American version, story-wise and plot-wise, and I just felt like there should be a dub that was still English, but was more true to the original. And so I really wanted to create that, and I've always thought it'd be really fun to do Cure Happy, and I have done her in some other dubs, and I was like, you know what, why not? So I got some people together, and we made the first episode, and it's done really, really well. Thank you all so much for all your support. It really, really makes me happy and excited to see how much y'all are loving it, and I'm really excited to continue with it, because when you make a dub, even if you really like it, if not a lot of other people watch it, I mean, you're still excited to make more, but when you see all of the enthusiasm for it, it just gets you really excited to continue it. So, really, thank you all so much. I've been seeing all of y'all's comments asking for the next episode, and it just really makes my day when I see that, to know that y'all are loving it so much. I've seen some of y'all even reposting it to other places, and that also just really excites me. So, thank you. And yeah, I really wanted to share this. I think the show has a really good message. And I thought what they did with the original, the voice acting and the story was better than what they did with Glitter Force. And I wanted to make my own dub that was more true to the original while also getting to voice some of my favorite characters myself. So yeah. What is some advice I want to give? Okay. Don't let people tell you that you're too young or too inexperienced to achieve your dream. Because that is something I was told many, many times when I first wanted to be a voice actress. And some people actually were really mean to me about it and told me that I didn't know what I was doing and that I just without the experience, and I don't know, it was a bunch of stuff like that. Basically my age was the main thing. They were saying I was too young to get into this. And then there were people that were saying you needed really expensive equipment, that I needed to hold off on my dream till I was older, just all kinds of stuff. And I was even with my demos and stuff, people, were saying that I needed to be higher quality and just all kinds of stuff like that. Basically that it needed to be the bigger, better stuff, and needed more time and needed more experience, and needed to wait till I was older, needed to have more training. And I started voice acting professionally last year, and it sounds crazy, but I've been casted for probably around 200 roles now. I actually am in several games now, several fan dubs. I even got an audiobook role for a really well-known author, and I'm in several mods that are actually out right now, Legend of Zelda and Super Mario 64 Coupe Deluxe. And yeah, so I always look at these things, and I myself am really shocked that I have made it this far with just so little time. I did do a lot of research before I started all this, but I don't. And when I first started, I only had a USB mic, the toner mic, and even for a bit after that, I ended up having to use my phone because something had happened with the laptop, and it was a while before I could continue. And even with the phone, I actually got a paid job with that. And people will tell you that you can't do anything with your phone. A lot of people will tell you you can't do anything better, you can't get any good work without really good mics. Yes, you will get more work with good mics, but you can definitely get work. The trick for me is soundproofing. You can, if you make your space soundproof enough, you can really use anything. And am I saying you're gonna get whatever you want with that? No. A lot of people, they'll still be really picky about the mic quality, but you can definitely still get work with what you have. If you're using a phone, I would really recommend putting it on a soft surface, put a blanket around over it and pillows behind it, around it, get right up on top of it, and record that way. And if you have a laptop, send the file to that, download Audacity, it's free, and you can clean up the background noise and make the volume louder, whatever you need to do. And you can also convert it to MP3 and WAV that way. So, there are definitely workarounds. So basically, I just went on a long session in there. basically, don't let people tell you that you're too young or that you need some really huge fancy stuff just to achieve your dream, because if you've been given a gift from God, a talent, and you want to pursue that talent, don't wait till, you're an adult. Or, you don't have to most of the time. And even if you can't full on do it until then, you can definitely start preparing for it. Research. Even sometimes getting the experience, like in my case, you can start now. Because sometimes our dreams end up getting thrown away because stuff that happens later on in life, and you'll look back and realize you could have started then, and yeah, you should just start now. What gave you the idea to work on the project? Well, like I said before, I already kind of answered this, but it was my idea, my dream to create a more true to the original Fandub of Smile Precure. And like I said, I wanted to make it more true to that and also get to voice in it myself. And yeah. What gets you into your character's voice and personality? Well, I usually use their transformation line to get into it. A lot of VAs will tell you, and it's true, it'll have like a trick word or line that gets you into this voice. Like when I'm doing, this is totally unrelated, but when I'm doing like Kirby, I'll say like, Boyle! And then I can do Kirby's voice. With Happy, I'm usually like, I'm Cure Happy! And with March, like, Cure March! And then I'll do their voices. And I do a lot of like gestures when I'm voice acting because it helps me kind of make the mood better. And I also want to read the context of what's going on to also get into it, because one of my biggest things with voice acting is to put yourself in the shoes of that character. Because if you're just reading it straight off the script, you're not as likely to get it as good, because you're not really seeing what their emotion is. And the best idea I can give is to relate to something like what happened to them, and then make it like in your head like, oh, that just happened to you. How would you feel if that just happened to you? And then play off of that. And if you can relate it to an actual life circumstance you've had, even better, because then you can more realistically portray it in your voice. And with Happy, she's just so bubbly and optimistic. I just go into that, just a very positive personality, very expressive. And with March, she's very protective and confident, so I go into that kind of thing. Basically, just what is their mindset, what is their personality, and then put yourself there. And when you have that mindset, personality, it'll help you react to things better and portray things better when they're speaking, because you'll understand their lines a bit better. Last but not least, I think this is probably one of the biggest questions that I've kind of gotten within the comments since Smile Precure episode 1 came out. I actually just got this comment again today. When is Smile Precure episode 2 coming out? So, you'll be very happy to know I do actually have a plan for when it's coming out. I plan to release it January 2026. Yes, I know that's still several months away, but at Butterfly Studios, we're planning to release more fandubs of other shows this year. And once we start 2026, I'm planning to start a new schedule with every other released episode is Smile Precure, because I wanted to get it out faster to you guys, as I think it is by far the most fan favorite dub on this channel, and I really want to finish it. I would love to. It might not happen just because it's huge, but I really would love to be able to dub the entire show because I think it deserves it, and I would love to help bring it to an audience with a more true to the original completed dub. So, yeah, look forward to that, and I hope you'll enjoy our other dubs as well. And yeah, that's all for me, so I will see you guys in the next Fandub episode. Bye bye!
Hello, my name is Spiff, and I'm the voice of Hino Akane or Sunny in the Small Precure Fandub at Butterfly Studios. What Small Precure do you think you're most like? I do find that my personality does funnily enough align with Hino Akane the most. I love being goofy and making others laugh, but I'm still passionate about my activities, accomplishing my goals, and caring for my friends. What do you like most about voicing your characters? As stated, I relate to Kier Sunny quite a bit, so I thoroughly enjoy conveying her personality since it kind of aligns with mine. While I do all kinds of ranges, I really like characters who are more energetic and I tend to have more fun with them. Who is your favorite Smile Precure character and why? I'm not very knowledgeable about everything in Smile Precure, so my answer would again be Hino Akane, but I think my second favorite would be Miyuki right now because I love her interactions with Akane, and I think that their personality and conversations really flow well with the show. What made you want to join this project? Generally, I join all different kinds of projects because I want the experience and to have fun with expanding my range and talent. For Small Precure in specific, well, I was already part of Butterfly Studios, but I was contacted to back up for Hino Akane for this series. What is some advice you want to give? My advice is very broad, but if you want to do something, you should just try to do it because you never know what can happen. I kind of regret not experimenting with voice acting earlier, but now I'm really happy with what I built. So if you want to accomplish a goal or want to experiment with your interests, try to find a way to do it no matter how quote unquote bad your foundation and first attempts are. What gave you the idea to work on this project? Again, I was contacted to voice Hino Akane. One thing I always do most times though is to say yes. I love helping other projects out, so if someone needs something done, I will do it if they ask. What gets you into your character's voice and personality? Okay, I don't have a routine for this, but I think it's important to know your character's personality and voice type before recording or reading a script. I think the most helpful thing is to know what emotion your lines will convey, then you can incorporate that with your role's personality and voice.
Hello, I'm Sierra, aka Flower Tab or Flower, and I'm voicing Cure Beauty. I can see some elements of myself sprinkled throughout. I am known for being more on the calm side, like Beauty. I'm very family oriented and have younger siblings, like March. But I might choose Peace because I am more introverted and tend to be kind of perfectionist when it comes to art. I remember the scene where she kept having to redraw the guy's mouth and just felt like she couldn't get it right, and no one else understood because it looked fine. I kind of felt that. Something I like about voicing Beauty is that the voice I do for her isn't too different from my actual voice, it's mostly just a different inflection. And I like stepping into the collected and graceful kind of personality. It has been a long time since I really watched through this series, but I think off of the top of my head, I might say Candy's brother Pop. He was really adorable, but of course I wouldn't tell him that because he doesn't take very kindly to that. What most made me want to work on the project was really just the fun memories of watching Glitter Force with my sisters years ago. I know that Glitter Force tends to get kind of a bad rap, but I do think it deserves kind of some credit for just being a lot of people's introduction into this show. And those are cool memories to me and just makes it special to work on this project now. I would say to remember that you are who you are and where you are for a reason, online and offline. You have a unique opportunity to reach the people that are around you, whether it's as simple as a smile or just being nice when it doesn't make sense. I don't know if this counts, but it's true. What gave me the idea to work on the project is that my sister was making the project and needed VAs. I like to think about basically who the character is in terms of personality. So Beauty is very cool-headed and calm and collected. She has kind of an underlying elegance and grace there. To get into the right pitch of the voice, I usually like to do the audition line, cool and swift as the winter wind. Fun fact, I was getting over a cold when I initially did that audition, so I'm glad I pulled it off and I'm here doing this Q&A today.